And you can just, and the B flat has what? B flat, D, and F in it. Okay, so you can play those same here without moving all over the place. So you got the F there. And if this is too quick for you to do that, don't do it. But if it's okay for you to learn and understand that, because you want to get your mind going to where you're actually sight reading ahead of yourself so that you know what your next position is and what those notes would be. In other words, we've got an E flat, okay? So a B flat can be played this way, can be played this way, can be played this way, okay? Because it's all those three notes. But so you could change it around. If you want to go this way, see, you can change the whole song instead of this way. See, now you're going down by using that fifth, see. The fifth of that would be a B. And then the fifth of the next one, of course, you have to remember that it was the F that was the fifth, so here it is. And it's a C, which is the fifth. And the fifth of that is E. See how I'm staying almost close? This is a B. And the B has these two up here, so why don't you play them here? Okay, so the fifth was going to be what? It's the F sharp. So the F sharp, the fifth is here, and it's a D flat. Fifth here is an A flat. Yeah, I should play it this way, or you can play it this way. This is muddy, so play it this way. And then we're back to E flat again with the fifth. And then we can go back to our regular E progression. Okay. Now, if you really want to have some fun, you go to the E flat, you take your fifth, go to E flat, now go to your second position of the E flat chord, which is F minor. Okay, let's go to the fifths until we come back to E flat again. So we have C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, D flat, A flat, then back to E. See how that works? Okay. Now, if you take that, see, we were using that second position. In other words, we went from an E flat to a B flat. Then we took the B flat and we decided we would go from, we took the second position, which is F minor. Okay, we took the fifth of that, which is C. And then we worked it all the way back to E flat. Now what happens if we take the third? So here's the first, here's the second, here's the third. Okay, is that going to bring us back to E flat? So let's find out. Here's D. A. Starting to look familiar. Here's E. Here's B. F sharp. D flat. A flat. And then E, see? Interesting, isn't it, huh? Yeah. Why is it happening like that? Because it is. Okay, and you can keep right on going. So in other words, we went to the third, which was the G. Okay, let's go to the fourth, which is B flat. Well, we already know where that one's going. See? Because it's F. It's F. It's C. It's G, it's D, it's A, it's E, it's B, F sharp, D flat, A flat, E flat here. See, you went around the circle of the fifths and you came back to where the key started. You see what's happening here? Don't try to explain it in your head. But if you don't see what's happening, you'll pick it up later. But what you're doing is you're going around a circle. But you're taking the gaps of the fifths all around a circle of all the chords. And you're coming back to the E flat. But you're creating another progression that you can take the E flat and split it. Or you can go to the second, and go to the third, you can go to the fourth, you can go to the fifth, you can go to the sixth, and you can even go here to the seventh, and work it all the way through. Now the seventh is diminished. Okay? That's A flat. That's E flat. See? You went real quick, huh? Right around, boop. Okay, so you could use that for an ending, in other words. So you've got you're on your E flat, then you jump up. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're on your E flat. And do something with it if you wanted to. Okay, so we have all kinds of variations here. So we can do the E flat. F minor. G minor. And that's the whole E flat key. And like we were doing before, we want to put a fifth in there and have a break in the middle of our song. So we can start by when we come back to E flat again, after we're done a progression, come back to E flat, we can jump off of that and start doing fifths. And do the fifths all the way back till we hit E flat again. Or we could take the second and take the fifths and come all the way back until we hit the E flat again. Or we could take the G minor, hit the fifths, and go all the way back until we hit the E flat again. Or we can take the, where are we at? Fourth or fifth, and do that one. Okay. I got the C, fifth, and the A flat for a fifth. And then back to E again. Okay. See how that works? Pretty neat. Next week, we'll look at the thirds of that chord and doing the progressions that way. And then we'll move on to what's the next one after E flat. Pretty easy. It's half step up. Okay. It's E. So we'll be working in the key of E. Okay, now, one last thing. How many flats are there in the key of E flat? How many flats? We have 2. Okay, we'll go to the second of that. Here's a third. Here's a new one. We'll go to the second, then we'll go to the third. Okay, we already hit that one. How many do we have now? We have 3? I think this is the third one. No, it's not. We still have 3. Okay, and then we'll keep going up. We're on A flat. We'll go to B flat. Already hit that one. C minor. Already hit that one. And the D diminished. We already hit that one. So, in the key of E flat, we have 3 flats. Okay. In the key of E flat, we have 3 flats. Okay. And I'm going to end it there. And as we're progressing, if you haven't finished the last lesson, you have to realize that I'm going to have another one next week. So in other words, if you're 5 lessons behind where we are right now, so what? Doesn't matter. Or if you're still on the second lesson, it doesn't matter, because you know that all the lessons are in the future. And by this time, you should be developing your ear, where you can just slide down, just close your eyes, and see if you can hit C. And see if you can do that. And you should be probably able to do it with just a couple little shots, and you're able to do it, or change it and go up. I'm hitting the C up on the top. And just do little things like that, just experimenting. Or do this. Whatever you want to do, just experiment. Because you don't know, maybe you can put this into a song. I've done it quite a few times. I think since we started all this, I think I've done 4 or 5 songs. 4 would be a Ride, let's see, Ride, I'm Playing, slapping it around.